Oh, we're here. We're here on the discussion with comedian actor Dave Koechner, with host of The Bachelor and TV Guide's very own Hollywood 411, Chris Harrison, star of Chuck, Zachary Levi, star of Community, Yvette Nicole Brown, and we're discussing
No
a lot
touching.
of etiquette. What?
No touching? I was totally
Well,
unaware
you
of
shouldn't
that.
have put me next to him.
First of all, it's my show. They can hold hands.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
can hold hands, too. Okay, Dave.
Yes.
And let me just say, 3 Curb alums.
Ah,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah, way to go, Chris.
Wow, Chris.
Loved your Joseph, one of the greatest
That was
Josephs
fun.
of all
That
time.
was fun.
Let's go to the most egregious etiquette issue here. After Kevin Nealon leaves for the suicide alert, should they have stayed and played poker? What was the etiquette there?
Well, I think it's okay that they'd stayed if they were concerned, but they stayed out of selfishness.
Why? Because they wanted the pizza and they're in the middle of a game?
Yeah, they didn't want their good time to be bummed out.
But
so,
what's the difference? He's gone. What's the difference?
it's just a lack of respect, I guess.
Oh, so
Isn't that a guy thing to do? Won't we justify
Yes.
anything? Like, you've gotten away from the wife and kids, like, this is my night out, so it's like, I can't really help him, so what are we supposed to do?
But
they
isn't
could've-
that true, Yvette? Isn't that true? What could they do?
They could have stayed and maybe like made the house nice for when they returned home. They didn't know if Yoshi was coming back. You know
Right.
what I mean? You don't want to be mid-laugh, mid-pepperoni
So they
pizza.
should have gotten up and cleaned.
They should have cleaned.
Guys
That's what
don't
women
make a
do.
house
They
nice.
would've
It wasn't a
put-
table of women.
Women would have
We
lit a candle, you know, get something nice. The
So they should have put out some
atmosphere nice.
potpourri.
Yeah.
Yes, a
Well, wait a
potpourri
minute,
or
but
something.
now, I agree with that. Potpourri is always a good
That's
idea in any
right.
situation. However, the guys in the emergency room, what difference does it make if they're playing poker or not?
Well, maybe you could have cut the game short. I guess you could have had a little bit of both. They could have played a couple more hands and
And
said,
then
maybe
left?
we'll wrap this up, and you would clean up a little bit, but never potpourri. Never a good
How
idea.
dare you, sir?
Zachary,
I don't
what do you
like-
say?
No, men in potpourri,
No.
men in organizing and making things nice, that doesn't happen. We don't light candles. It's not a vigil.
Why didn't they-
I think they could have played poker solemnly, perhaps,
Right.
but
Or had a
keep the
lookout.
game
Why
going.
didn't they have someone like
Yeah.
at least
Lookout.
looking? I mean, this
See?
is my
Now-
guy
now-
mind coming in.
Because
Just
they were
have someone
honest.
looking
Yeah,
out.
they were
no,
honest.
but if
and, they
were
didn't
they
have a key,
honest?
and they didn't have a key to
Were they
lock up.
honest
They
with you?
can't just
Because
leave
he
the house
lied about it
unlocked.
later
You
when
can't
Kevin
leave.
came by. He lied
Someone
about
has
it.
to stay.
Right.
Somebody has
All
to
right,
stay.
no, Yvette's right, though. They should have had a lookout.
should have
That
had a
would have been the
lookout.
smart. See, some of these things are gender issues.
So be even more mischievous.
No, I'm saying.
So actually have somebody to make sure when they
because
get home.
Larry told Kevin that they were feeling sad about it, and they weren't. They really had a good time. So if you're going to have a good time and someone's dying,
At least fake it.
At least fake it.
Sometimes it's good to lie.
Right.
Now, this is a gender issue. Women would do the potpourri and the candles. Men, you're just slobs. This is not a gender issue of etiquette. Cheryl is on her BlackBerry, texting, BBMing, whatever. This is one of my pet peeves, especially when my kids do this.
Right.
Is this ever okay to do?
No.
No, but it's always done now.
I think because they were married so long that I think whatever
But it
Larry's
happens
saying.
even if you're not married. People
Now
do
then,
it all
then
the
it's very
time.
rude. Like I have been out with someone and they've taken a call. Like we're in the middle of having a conversation and they will go, "I have to get this." Now, if you're a doctor and
Right.
you're delivering babies,
Right.
maybe. But
Or if
otherwise,
you're an actor and it's your agent.
and it's your agent, why not?
Much more important, by the way. That's more important than bringing life into the world.
Excuse me.
I always say it's a kid thing. If it's the kids, I take it,
Yes.
then I'm always worried
That
it's
too.
an emergency. But the truth of the matter, it's never an emergency.
It's never an emergency.
I think if I'm sitting with my wife or it's just an intimate dinner, or if there's 12 of us and it's just it's a good time and you're checking your phone.
Yeah, but
isn't that different?
sometimes you're out with a group of people and all of a sudden you see everybody down there
I
like
think
that.
that's wrong. And I think it says, if you're in a group of people, pardon me, and someone is texting, that to me says, I'm more important than anybody else
That's
because
right.
this person here is more important and more
Than all of
interesting
you.
than anyone else here.
But you are.
Right.
And they should know that.
So
You know-
if you text
And
us
I don't
when
do
we're,
it.
when we're at a meal, then it's okay.
I rarely text.
You know also the fight that I get in with my husband is I check baseball scores. But to me, that's
You check?
important. Yes,
Okay.
to me, it's important.
And your husband's checking out the latest Glamour magazine spread. He's like, "Oh my God, look at this thing.
Blue is in.
You should see
Look,
the
Blue
potpourri.
is in. Have you checked out the potpourri?"
But you're busy missing life. Like when you're in the middle of a dinner, this is when memories are made. And if you're
That's right,
in
Yvette.
Nice.
nice like
Well
that, huh?
done.
If it's a one-on-one moment and you're here, you're missing this.
Right.
So I think you kind of miss the point of getting together with someone.
Okay, another etiquette issue. Is it an apology if you're eating pistachios?
No.
Does pistachios negate the apology?
It does.
You say it does.
Because, look, you have certain things that are important. Like, your body functions certain ways. Like, you can't think about one thing and do other things. So if you're eating, you're taking care of your stomach and your sustenance. You're not thinking about, wow, what I did was really horrible.
You're
You can't, you're
distracted.
distracted and you're
Right. Well, I
cracking
think it just
nuts.
annoys-
Except that he shouldn't have to apologize anyway. He didn't do
dare
anything
you,
wrong.
sir.
No,
How
he
dare you.
didn't.
Exactly.
he
We're going to
did.
talk
He
about
was-
that
Oh,
when we
he
come back.
did. He
We don't
did
have
that.
time to get
was
into that right
awful.
now. We don't have time to get into that now. We're going to talk about is Larry to blame, suicide emails, lots of stuff. But I just want to get you guys. Get out.
He's out. He's out.
I thought we were going to break.
We are. Does it negate the apology, eating pistachio nuts?
I think it's annoying as hell when anyone eats on the phone.
Yes.
Like right away, I want to reach through and just choke you.
It's so interesting to me that you guys agree with that and yet not the potpourri. We're going to talk about that when we
How
come
are they
back
at
on
all
the
related?
discussion.
Those are completely different codes.
you're
Potpourri
eating
is an
potpourri.
assault. Eating is an assault on your ear, and potpourri is an assault on your,
Not
your
if it's
sense
the
of
right
smell.
potpourri. Not if it's the
We
right
will
potpourri.
be back. They chased what? Okay, well, we're back with the discussion with comedian Dave Koechner, who's going to be on tour all summer in a city near you, host of The Bachelor and Hollywood 411 right here on TV Guide, Chris Harrison, Zachary Levi from Chuck, Yvette Nicole Brown, that's
It's
like
a
a
mouthful.
mouthful,
It's a mouthful.
from Community. Okay, is Larry responsible for Yoshi's suicide attempt?
No.
No.
I believe he is not.
No.
He's not responsible for the attempt, but he is responsible for not honoring, feeling where this guy was. You could see on his face,
That's
Zach.
right.
You could see on his face
I
that
agree.
this was an uncomfortable moment, and Larry doesn't pick up social cues.
He kept on going.
He kept going.
Yeah, but that's
kept
not
going.
okay. Fine, but
He
that's
was a delicate
his...
man. He was a delicate man.
Well,
it was rough.
he can't know that. But he's not responsible for it. He was certainly rude, to say the
was
least.
rude.
Yeah, it's.
It
I-
was
he was
so
just asking
clear
a
that Yoshi
question.
was
I love,
uncomfortable.
and
Chris.
maybe it's because of my job, I love horribly uncomfortable situations.
Then you
And
love
so-
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, I do love this. This is why I love that this show is one large uncomfortable situation. And everybody's mind was thinking the same thing. Obviously, he's not a kamikaze pilot. Like, the term itself
Implies,
Yeah, and so
yeah.
our sick minds all went that way. Larry just has the stones to say
To
what we're
say
all
it, and-
thinking.
or Larry lacks the filter.
But does
to
the
not
title
say it.
come after you do the mission, or does the title come when you're going to do the mission? That's the question. Like,
Good
do you
point.
sign
I
up
don't
for
know.
it?
I
Like,
think
are you a suicide bomber if you
Yes.
succeed, or if you strap the bomb on?
Yeah, you're just
and
not a
go?
very good one if
You're
you
just
don't
not a
finish
good-
it.
Yeah.
But I think it was. But I think that Yoshi was fine until it was the ordering the chicken thing, and which he completely misconstrued.
He did.
And so therefore,
Well, I
He
disagree
wasn't
with
fine
you.
shouldn't have
He
to.
wasn't
He wasn't
fine.
fine.
Before that, you could see
You
the
could see on his
discomfort
face.
on his
You
face,
could
and
see
he
on
was
his
very
face.
right, but he
uncomfortable
wasn't
with
going
the
to go
whole
and kill
comment.
himself without the chicken thing. The
But that's
chicken
what-
thing is
that's
what
where
set him
Larry
off.
pushed
And
it.
Larry shouldn't have
Right.
to apologize.
Larry-
Do you
Larry's
think?
not-
Wait, do you think he didn't do that on purpose?
No, that's
Well,
just the
I
way
don't
they
think
shot
Larry
it.
did
Yes,
that on
he
purpose.
said
That's
chicken
just the
on
way they
purpose,
shot it.
but he's not responsible for the mental state of Yoshi.
How about a
He did-
suicide email? Anybody ever got a suicide
No, that was funny.
email?
Well, I think
What
the
is
bi-
this world coming
The
to?
bigger topic, though, is the wife not showing the husband the email.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't CC'd on it. It wasn't.
That's
Yeah, but
not
clearly
cool.
it had to do
Yeah.
with him.
It had something to do with Larry. That's why she didn't show it, I think.
It doesn't matter.
But in a way, a suicide email is a brilliant thing because you could CC. You
Yeah.
could. It's not just the person who happens to find it. Everybody's
Everybody
included
can know.
in your suicide attempt.
Right.
It's a thing of beauty.
Right. Well, plus, it's a cry for
gonna
help,
say
and it's a
it's
pretty
gorgeous.
immediate one. So he has to send it
Oh,
first.
he better do it. If
Right.
he sent it a suicide email, he
And if-
better make that attempt.
And if it was you checking baseball scores at dinner and the note had come across your BlackBerry, you would have been able to intercede.
Oh my God, the
That's
Dodgers
right.
won. Oh, and Yoshi's killing himself. That's crazy.
When did I get that? Oh,
Oh,
a
it's
little
probably
late.
done now.
A little late.
Do I reply?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Reply all.
Reply all.
Closer.
Is this a joke? LOL, Yosh.
Bingo. Bingo etiquette. Yvette, what do you think?
My mom is a
Those
bingo
two words
player,
go
and I've
together.
had to go. Yes, and I've had to go with her a few times. And you do not gloat when you win. So I really feel like if something happened, if Lenore kind of said that he didn't win, it might have been because he was making the room uncomfortable for everybody. You win loudly, but you celebrate quietly.
Is that true in
It's
bingo?
very
I had
true.
no
Oh,
idea.
it's very true.
I
You
didn't
don't
know there
show
was an
off with
etiquette.
bingo. Oh no, you don't
Really?
show off. No.
But why would you? I mean, well, first of all, it's not a game of skill.
No.
It's a game of chance.
Right.
Well, there
Well,
is.
a
And
lot of
Larry's always
games
bragging, I'm a great bingo player. How can you be a great
It's
bingo
ridiculous.
player?
Well, if
Yeah.
you can play a lot of boards, you have skill. If
Oh,
you
so
can
then
play,
you're like
yeah,
this?
if you can be like this, then that is a skill.
Wow.
Yeah, so that might be what he's bragging about. But yeah, you do not gloat like that.
I don't think you should gloat in any game, really.
Agreed.
I mean,
think.
Taboo, you should gloat if you're playing. I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
That's my stuff coming out. When I win a taboo, I gloat. I'm sorry.
I think the way you conduct yourself during a board game shows your true character.
it does.
Any
You're
sport,
right,
any
you're
sport,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Act like
Yeah,
you've been there
absolutely.
before. Act like you've been there and done that.
I'm a bad winner.
yeah,
I'm a
we're we're learning something about
really
you.
bad winner. Yeah.
And I have to thank you guys, Dave and Chris and Zachary and Yvette. It is, the discussion is
That
over.
happens that fast.
Can we play Taboo now?
Yes.
You don't want to play with
And Yvette will be like, what?
What?
What? Come on. What?
You don't want to play with
Curb Your Enthusiasm, weeknights at 10, 9 Central on TV Guide.